You. Yes, you. You are so... You're gorgeous. Hey, you watching this video? You're gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like, I'm looking in the mirror. Hey loves, it's me, and I wanted to come at you guys with a brand new video. So if you guys are interested in seeing what the title of this video is all about and how it relates to me, then keep watching. So there I was in the house minding my own business, and I get a text from one of my good girlfriends, and she was sharing with me a picture I guess that recently just went viral on just social media as a whole of your girl Beyonce, and it was obviously an alleged unedited picture. We don't know for certain if the picture has been photoshopped, but it clearly looked like Queen Bee, and a lot of controversy came out of the picture because some people have an opinion that basically goes to they don't really too much care for it. They don't like the picture. They don't like the fact that you know, we always see Beyonce in such a light that's perfect, and so to see her in an imperfect light was very disappointing to a lot of people. And I've been contemplating for a while now getting into body image and self-love and just self-confidence here on my channel. I've kind of dabbled in it, but I haven't really gone so far as to really share with you guys my story, and I just kind of felt like this happened at the perfect time, and I wanted to get into it with you guys. So without further ado, allow me to peel away yet another one of my many layers and share it with you. Now, I guess pretty much my whole entire life, I've always dealt with self-confidence issues. I've always dealt with self-esteem issues. For as long as I can remember, I've always kind of felt like the ugly duckling, if you will. I've always dealt with weight issues. I've always been a thicker girl, more curvy than my family, and you know, it in some ways has caused me to be a little bit more self-conscious than I would like to be. And I feel like for so long I've been seeing on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, so many beautiful women who, you know, share their pictures and their, you know, whatever their videos are, and they look absolutely beautiful. And I've realized recently that there are some younger girls who watch my videos, and I don't ever want to give the wrong impression, because I think a lot of times we give the impression that as long as you look good from here, from the neck up, girl, you are winning, and that is not the case. There are so many women in so many different sizes and shapes and colors and races and nationalities of women who deal with self-esteem and body image issues on a day-to-day basis. And it's just kind of something that we've, especially here on YouTube in this community, we've kind of swept under the rug, and we've kind of and I'm not saying all of us, I'm just saying for the most part, you don't see a lot of body image or positivity when it comes to how you look beyond your makeup, beyond your hair, beyond your nails. What's on my nails, girl? I love those videos. I absolutely do. I love them to be entertained by, but I also always like to look at people's videos and find something out about them that I may not have known otherwise, and how I can apply that, whatever it is that I learned from them, to my own life. From a very young age, I have dealt with self-confidence and self-esteem issues. I experienced a traumatic situation when I was younger, and as a result of having experienced that, it just kind of changed me. For a while I didn't want to be pretty. I didn't know how to tell my family members what I had experienced, and so I kind of developed a silent yet passionate relationship with food that just kind of consoled me in a way that I didn't have anyone else to console me in that way, because nobody knew what it was that I was dealing with. And I'll share more about that in another video when I feel that the time is right for me to share it, but that's not even what this video is about, so please don't ask, don't even bother. I began to develop a very consoling relationship with food. It was almost my drug. It was my drug from the age of 9 until here I am years and years and years later. It was the thing that kind of just made me feel better. I didn't feel when I ate. I actually got to a point in my life where I would sneak and eat food because I was emotionally dealing with something that I was not ready to verbally convey to anyone. And so from an early age, I just began to create and establish a relationship with food that just made me feel better. And as I got older, I started to notice that food and weight kind of, you know, they had a correlation, and the more I ate, the more weight I saw myself gain. And I never was morbidly obese, so that's not my story, but I definitely have been overweight my entire life. My mom was just a cool kind of mom. She was definitely not a friendly mom, but as in she wasn't my friend, but she was definitely a mom who just kind of, she has no cut cards. To this day, my mom has no cut cards, and a lot of the times the way I felt about myself and my weight was a result of comments that my mother made. I'm one of those people who like primps in the car when I'm on my way to my mother's house because my mom comments on my weight. She is my weight critic, and I think she'll just be that way until forever, until the end of time. But she is and has always been the person who paid the most attention to especially my weight. And so that was something that I struggled with a lot. And the other thing was that my little sister was always the model. She was just really, really gorgeous growing up, and she's really small. She's a chocolate honey, and people would always compare us, and they would always, you know, liken my look to her look. And oftentimes people would literally tell me that my sister was prettier than me. I've had people talk about how beautiful my sister was and just kind of look at me like, my mom is also very chocolate complected, and she's a chocolate honey as well, and I just kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. Just going out and being places with my mom, and people would say, oh, this must be your daughter, talking about my sister, and then they would just kind of like stare at me. I've always felt like I look totally different, and my different look just isn't good enough. I just never felt good enough. I never felt pretty enough. And it wasn't really until I got to college and I got to meet other beautiful curvy women that I began to consider accepting the way I looked as beautiful. I was beginning to come into my own, but I still had so much more to learn about being a woman and how to love myself. I remember attracting the kind of men who almost, I tend to believe that men can almost sense, or they have like a thick sense for insecure women, and they, not all men, but some men actually prey on those type of women, because it's almost as though they are able to take full advantage of these women because they know that in some way there's a piece of that woman that's broken. That in my case, I always allowed those kind of men in my life because I didn't think or see myself as worthy of having anything else. I saw the possibilities. I saw people actually happy and in relationships. I saw people actually, you know, in love with themselves, with their bodies, and enjoying life. But I just kind of thought I would never have that type of life, so I'll just have to settle for this. I didn't accept myself. So if I didn't accept myself, then there was only so much acceptance that I could expect from someone else to be extending to me, if that makes sense. I really don't feel like I came to love myself until I was 26. Yeah, I'm older than 26. Sorry. You know, I would like to say that it's because my husband, you know, it's because he's such an amazing man and he's just swept me off my feet and he just loved me unconditionally. But no, I didn't come to love myself because I was reaffirmed by a man. It got to a point where I had to realize and look at myself in the mirror and just say, hey, I'm enough. and I'm okay, and it's fine to accept myself for where I am. And if there are things that I want to perfect in where I am in my life, that's awesome. And if I never seek to change anything about myself, then that's okay too. Once I began to accept myself, then I actually saw a change in how I carried myself, and I saw a change in how I allowed people to treat me, and I saw a change in how less likely I was to comb my hair or to do my makeup before I went to see my mama. I just would be like, girl, this is it. This is how I look today. No, these are my real eyebrows, Mom. You ain't know? This what they look like. No shade to my mom at all. My mom knows, but I love her to life and back. And I actually do appreciate her for instilling in me the importance of looking nice. You know, it is something that is important because you don't ever get a second chance to make a first impression. But I had to learn to love myself. And I think, you know, here on my channel at least, I have always been as transparent with you guys as I possibly could, and as much as feels comfortable for me. And I've never really talked about just the importance of loving yourself, because I kind of just automatically assume that everybody just loves themselves, that everybody feels this way about themselves. And it wasn't until recently that I kind of had to redirect my thinking, because it's the beginning of the year and everyone is getting ready for, you know, the spring and summer, and, you know, weight loss challenges and all of those other things, which I will be hosting one as well. But I think more important than weight loss is just doubt loss, you know, hate loss. More important than weight loss is hate loss, okay? You know, you have to lose the hate that you have for yourself. I've just grown to love myself because this is the only self that I have, and there are things that I would like to change about how I look physically, and that to me is okay. But I think when you get so caught up in what people look like that you forget that they're actually people, it totally diminishes the value that they hold. And I think, you know, when it comes to the picture of Beyonce, whether the picture is a real picture or not, I appreciate the picture, because especially for someone like her, we put her on this pedestal. One, she's not God. She's not even a god to me. She's a human being, and you know, her face breaks out and everything just like everybody else. And once we get to the realization that these people that we put on these pedestals are human beings, once you get to that, come to that realization, then you will kind of begin, hopefully, to accept yourself a little bit more. When you look at people through perfect eyes, the second that they are slightly imperfect, you don't like them no more. Like, people was going on Beyonce because she looked like a human being that you might catch in the grocery store. Now all of a sudden people are upset because the girl ain't as perfect as you thought she was. Like, why did you think she was that perfect anyway? Girl, bye. She's human. Does that mean that from now on I'm not going to wear makeup? No. Does that mean from now on that I don't want to work out, or I don't want to take care of my body and do certain things for myself? Absolutely not. This video is not a slothful a pro-sloth movement, you know, video. This video is more so to encourage you, wherever you are in your self-love journey, to embrace it and to trust the journey and trust where you're headed, and to have the faith to keep going in that journey. If I would have just given up when I was that 12-year-old girl who didn't really know what it meant to be beautiful, but I didn't see myself as beautiful when I looked at other people around me, if I would have given up when I was that 9-year-old girl who was totally broken and confused, trust me, I've tried to just throw in the towel and just give up. Who knows where I would be today. I've dealt with so many different issues when it comes to food and my weight, and I'll talk more about that in another video. But at the end of the day, it's just important to be yourself and to love yourself and to embrace, you know, who you are and how important you are, and how important where you are in your life matters. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm enough. I am enough. And I love myself. I don't want to hold you guys up too long, but I just wanted to do this video because it was an awesome opportunity. It was the perfect opportunity for me to tell you guys the real tea on perfection and imperfection, and humans, like we're human. There's no such thing as a perfect celebrity. Kim K just hired somebody to be her filter person, her filter guy. Like, she has a filter guy or girl, I don't know the sex of the person, but allegedly she's paying somebody $100,000 a year just to Photoshop her pictures before they are posted on social media. Girl, bye. That's how important it is for some people to be perfect, but that will never be my story, honey. I cannot stress it enough, and I'll come back and do more videos because this is something that I'm so passionate about. It's so important for you to love yourself. I cannot stress it enough. Love yourself. There's just so much more to life than photoshopping, filters, and edits. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to edit pictures from time to time? Absolutely not. I edit my pictures. I definitely edit my thumbnails. I don't kill myself to edit pictures that I upload on Instagram because it's just Instagram. I'll take a picture with my bonnet on and put it on Instagram, girl. I don't care. But you know what? When I get to 12K, I will do a plus size lookbook for you guys. So if you guys are interested in seeing a lookbook from me, and I am a little swanky, I got a little style to me, you know, just a little style to me, okay? So yeah, if you guys would like to see a plus size lookbook from me, then stay tuned and subscribe and share and like this video, because I'm not doing it until I get to 12K, okay? 12K, okay? So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and that you understood the point of it all. Yes, Anthony Hamilton, sing in my ear. I hope that you really did, and that you know that beyond it all, no matter how bad you're feeling on that day, no matter how bad that day is feeling for you, you are gorgeous. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, and as well as subscribe, and stay tuned for more fab videos from me to you, because that's what I'm here for. Yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, I love you guys. Love yourself. Color pitch, not to be confused with. So yeah, I wanted to do this quick look for you guys featuring these two products especially. Of course, I'm also using some other fabulous makeup products as well, and then of course